I got news about 3 weeks ago, and I now have a surgical date, April 2nd. They went into the registry, and there is a donor who is as good of a match as if it was from my own family. And so April 2nd, I have a kidney transplant. My wife had been telling me over the summer, this past summer, that she thought I was more tired. And I said, of course I'm tired. I'm the NBA general manager, and I've been across the Pacific twice and flown 25,000 miles over the period of 3 weeks. Did the physical. Everything was really, really good, except for one thing. My kidney function was at 14%. That is not good. That is technically kidney failure. And I kind of knew it from my family history. My dad was transplanted almost 21 years ago, still alive, doing great, in good health. He has a genetic disease called PKD, which stands for polycystic kidney disease. And I kind of always knew that I'd have to deal with it. Never knew that I actually had it, but knew that that could be a possibility. And obviously the doctors were surprised. I still felt the same. I hadn't had any events that would make me feel like I needed to go to the doctor. So I ended up doing a bunch of research. You know, your first thoughts are like, what's gonna happen to me? You know, what's dialysis like? When's that gonna happen? Transplant, all those things, you know, run through your mind. And what we wanted to do was, you know, get a transplant. There were a lot of things that we needed to do and learn about organ donation, transplant. And I think a lot of people just assume like organ donation is the box you check on your driver's license and, you know, if something happens to you. But what's really cool about medical technology now and science, and it's been going on for a while, is a living donor transplant. This system has allowed people access to better outcomes from organ transplant. You know, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you're just the people that you know, the people that in your circle. What's unfortunate with the genetic disease is that my family, which is usually a 50% chance of having a great match, weren't gonna be eligible. So it was gonna be me being okay with talking about it. And in my job and in my career, I've always been a fixer. I've always been the one that helps fix everything else and support. So it was hard for me at the beginning to talk about me needing to be fixed and needing help. But once I got over that, I started talking about it internally with our Jazz family and my family and friends. And the support and response was just humbling. I had a lot of people that you don't ever expect just saying, hey, I'll go get tested for you. Kidney transplants are one of those gifts that you can give to people to prolong their lives while you're still alive. And it was really interesting of just learning about the process and how streamlined it is and how it's been able to optimize outcomes for patients to extend their lives. There's a lot of assumptions of what people think organ donation is or think what a transplant is, or, you know, can you live your own life? Can you live a good life? Yes, I can live the same life that I have right now for a lot longer now. The recovery, they're supposed to kick me out of the hospital in 3 to 4 days. And then there's the recovery from the actual surgery, the incision and things like that. But mainly getting the levels right and the drugs right, because I'll be on anti-rejection drugs my entire life. That balancing part, but things go well, they say I can be back to work in 3 weeks, which is amazing. The scheduling of it really makes a lot of sense. We're about to finish the season. We'll have exit interviews and other things that I've basically been doing a little bit earlier this year. And then I'll be back before the combine, when all of our pre-draft stuff. So this kind of month between the end of the season and when we start our pre-draft process is a perfect time for me to recover and come back and start watching workouts and be a part of the group. The lesson that I've learned, especially as you get older in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, that it's really, really important to get a physical every year. There are just so many things that if you know that doctors and science and medical personnel can address, but you don't know, you don't feel, I didn't feel any different. You know, you go and talk to everyone here, like a lot of people that don't know about this are gonna be shocked. It's like, go see your doctor. Go see him once a year. And it's a pain sometimes. We're all busy. We have family and we have kids and we have our careers, and sometimes it's easy to just put that to the side about our own health, especially if we feel okay. And the best thing you can do to take care of yourself is to go have someone take a look. Do it once a year.